And we're off and running between these two really accomplished fighters. Let's see how they come out. Every time they throw a shot, they get countered. An uppercut does not score. How about that time counter shot? Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. Misses with the straight left. Catch and shoot. Tried to score with that hook, but missed. This counter fighter believes in the anything you can do, I can do better. They'll let you throw a punch first, and they'll answer you and usually hit you harder.
They have got great ring IQ. Counter punches are the best.
A very competitive round here so far.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. They exchange punches. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Good counter punching. Gotta let your hands go a little bit. It's okay to be aggressive now. That counter shot lands. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. He is down big time on the scores. Here we go, it's round two. Let's see how they bounce back here in this round.
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
Those counter punches have to hurt. Well done with that counter shot. When you're training to fight a swarmer, you've got to focus on your conditioning because they will push you to the edge of your limits.
Swarmers, you can go back in boxing history. When you've seen them, when you've seen the best of the best swarmers going, you understand how hard it is. It looks exciting from the outside in. Can you imagine being right in there?
Nice counter shot. A perfect counter shot. Missing with that jab. He scores with the counter. When are we going to see a jab from these two? Do you believe what we are seeing? Beautiful counter punch. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Punch caught him clean. The straight right just misses. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. The game plan does not seem to be working here. What's he have to do differently? On to the third. Safe to say that last round was a nightmare. Let's see if we can turn it around here.
This is one of those situations. You've just been hurt. You've got to get out there again. Be smart. Be sharp. Don't be a fool. Don't get suckered in. Make him fight your fight. Hold him. Tie him up just until your head clears again and your legs come back again. Because if you don't, he's going to pop you off.
Good counter punch. Nice counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. that jab. Nice counter. These two were made for each other. Well, with welterweights, they sometimes bring you the best of both worlds. Fast hands and power.
I've seen certain fighters that can depend on just their power alone. Forget tactics. They know the second they touch you, it's done. That's where the confidence comes from.
We wanted action, and they are delivering. The perfect counter lands. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. That was almost a 10-8 round. Complete. Here's the goal for round 4. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? Beautiful counter shot. Punch, counter punch. Both men step back for just a moment. This fighter's certainly not going to outthrow their opponent by any means, but they will, when they hit, be a lot harder.
Sometimes when you get nervous, someone that's so powerful, you gotta think them. You just gotta be smarter than them. You've got to be like a little faggot and pickpocket them.
And he wasn't ready for that counter punch. And just as quickly as it slows down, it heats back up. Right hook just missed. He threw a punch and just got countered. There's a counter shot. The jab doesn't quite connect. Misses with the jab. Hold it right there. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Well, he is glad to have heard that bell. Here we go in round 5. Who's going to land the first big shot? Well, they got battered last round. How do they turn their fortunes around?
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on him. That's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
Nice counter punch right up the middle. Time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. You hear people talk about a boxer's chin. Do they have a good chin? Do they have a glass jaw? Those are questions that are being... Hold it right there! Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. How is this fight still continuing?
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments.
Perfectly matched. Skill for skill. Tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you. And so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
Nice counter punch. Not a lot of punch output. Thought there might be more action here. So much for being a good sport here. They're going to taunt. punch output. Thought there would be some more action here. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. Well, this is the time that the trainer needs to come in and say something.
Back on the job.
There's the bell to start round 6. After that last round, something has got to change.
Now he knows he's been hurt. He's going to come out and put the pressure on. He's going to throw the kitchen sink at you. You've got to be ready for that. Don't fight fire with fire. Hold him off. Be smart because he's going to try and put you under pressure. He knows your legs are gone. He knows your head's not cleared. Be sharp.
He threw a punch and just got countered. A perfect counter lands. Every time he throws a punch, a receipt is coming right back. This fighter is not interested in throwing one shot at a time. They throw combinations and they throw them non-stop.
Having so much speed, what happens to your opponent is you get cut to ribbons, and that's where the referee has to jump in and stop the fight. And you know this is going to happen, so you rush your work. You think, I've got to get him inside close round.
Both of these fighters have had their moments.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
That jab won't score. Perfect counter shot. You'd like to see more jabs. One punch could change the entire complexion of this fight. Did you see that? Canelo in serious jeopardy here of going to the canvas. This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. At this point, you got to believe he can't win on the scorecards. Gonna need a knock. And there's the bell for round 7. Coming off a very tough round. Let's see what they do here.
That was a tough last round. Now you've got to make sure he doesn't put it on you, and that's what he's going to try and do. So tie him up, hold him, lean on him. Don't get drawn into a fight. Not yet. Not until your senses have come back.
They call it the chin. How strong is your chin? Do you have a glass chin? These are things that can affect the fight.
Because you've got a good chin doesn't mean you've got leather skin. It means you can still get caught. So you've got to go for those point areas over the eyebrow, the cheekbone. You've just got to try and cut them, skim them, go for speed.
Every time they drop their guard, they get caught. How about that time counter shot? We've never seen Canelo in this sort of trouble. Keeping those gloves up, the guard high, paying dividends as it seems that moment of trouble has passed.
Got caught sleeping on the job. What do? You step back, steady yourself, recompose yourself, then boom, back into it. But do not make those mistakes. This is the wrong place to fall asleep.
Halfway through the round, and it's pretty much even Steven.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I gotta respect both of them more than happy.
Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. He misses with that straight left. You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. And a round that seemed like an eternity for them. Round 8, and we're off again. It has been all one-way traffic. How do they turn this around?
They've had 1 minute to recover. Now they've got to bluff it. They've got to bluff it. They've got to come out now and style it out. Get on the back foot, jab, rest on the jab. Be smart and pop until your legs come back. Then put the pressure on.
They're going deep into the gas tank on this round. Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Try to buy time. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
Bing Days now needs to steady the pace. Get the pace back to normal.
It's always fascinating to watch two good welterweights because they've got blurry hand speed and good power.
Work the body, frustrate them, take the mind off the chin, take the mind off protecting everything around them. Work the body, use tactics sometimes.
Oh my God, Johnny! Canelo in serious jeopardy here, going to the canvas. It appears that the moment of trouble has passed, at least for now.
It's been a tough round so far. It's been a tough round. What do they do? What do they tell him when he goes back to the corner? How are they going to get through this?
What heart, what desire, but at what cost? And he wasn't ready for that counterpunch. Oh my word, Canelo just got clipped. Stamina is always an issue.
That's his round.
Let's see how much fatigue we see here in round 9. They really seemed to exhaust themselves last round. Let's see what they have left.
Exerted a lot of energy in the fight so far. Now they're shattered. This is what you call championship rounds. If you have done the work, slept right, ate right, prepped right, I'm expecting you to get through this. If not, if you've cheated, the ring can be the loneliest place in the world.
The only fear you have with this fighter, hold that thought! Canelo Alvarez just got rocked in a big way. Just one punch away from getting the momentum back.
Now they've got to wake up.
A pound for pound king, Canelo is down. I want to see that again, but from a different angle.
I need to see that again.
They got knocked down, but didn't stay down. Once again, showing you how much grit and courage this fighter has.
Some fighters, when this happens, this can be heartbreaking. Some fighters, it makes them angry. They want to get back into the mix again. I want to know, what sort of character are we looking at here?
At the halfway point, there's no doubt who's won this round so far.
The corners must be...
Whoa, did you see that? Give me just a second here, Johnny. Wow, what a shot! And it's over! A home run swing, and that will do it here. Blink and you miss it. Good thing we can watch that all over again.
I've got to see that again.
Listen to me. Are you okay? You're out.
So it's onward and upward after a knockout win here.
Well, there's no argument right there. You say it. Night-night.